All right, let's talk about something that's becoming absolutely essential in the world of AI, model cards. The best way to think about them? They're basically the nutrition label for an AI model. So let's dive in and see what's on the label.
Okay, so picture this. You're a developer, maybe a researcher, or you're just curious about AI. You find this model on a place like the Hugging Face Hub, and it looks amazing, super powerful. But how do you really know what it's made of? Can you actually trust what's inside? If you don't have those answers, you're kind of flying blind. And honestly, that's a risk you just can't afford to take.
And yeah, that whole situation, that risk, it actually has a name. It's called the black box problem. It's exactly what happens when you get a powerful tool with, no instruction manual, no list of ingredients, and zero safety warnings.
When you don't have that documentation, you're just left with so many questions. Like, what data was this thing actually trained on? Could it be packed with hidden biases that are going to cause some serious real-world problems? What was it even built for? And maybe the most important question of all, where are its blind spots? Where is it pretty much guaranteed to fail? Using a model like this is a huge gamble.
But what if there was a better way? What if every single model came with a clear, easy-to-read, standardized label that answered all of those questions for you? Well, that's exactly what a model card is. It's the solution, the nutritional label for AI.
So what is a model card really? At its heart, it's a super simple idea that actually came out of research at Google. It's just one central file that lays out all of a model's most important details. And the goals are simple, but so powerful. To make AI models reusable, to make their results reproducible, and to make sure their behavior is fair.
I mean, the difference here is just night and day. Without a card, a model is completely opaque, it's risky. With one, suddenly it's transparent and accountable. We go from results that are basically impossible to reproduce to a system that the whole community can check out, verify, and build on top of. It's a total game changer.
Okay, so what's actually on this label? Let's take a closer look and break down the anatomy of a model card. What kind of information are we really talking about here?
It all really boils down to this one core idea. When you take the time to document how a model was built and tested, you're giving everyone else a clear roadmap. You're helping them understand exactly what to expect from it, both the good and the bad.
To make sure that roadmap is super clear, a good model card breaks everything down into 3 logical parts. First, you've got the model's basic identity and purpose. Then, you get a practical user's guide. And finally, you get the full training recipe. Let's look at each one.
So step 1 is all about the basics. The model description gives you the fundamentals. Its technical architecture, its version, who made it. It's kind of like the model's birth certificate. And just as important is the training data. This section tells you exactly what the model learned from, which is the #1 clue for understanding how it sees the world and what it can do. Step 2 is the user's manual, right? It tells you how to handle this thing safely. It starts with intended uses, making it clear what problems the model was built to solve. The How to Use section is awesome. It gives you actual code snippets to get it up and running fast. But honestly, the limitations and bias section might be the most important part. This is the big warning label. It's where the creators tell you, hey, the model is weak here, don't use it for this, and watch out for these potential biases.
And finally, step 3, the training recipe. This is the key to real scientific reproducibility. The training procedure gets into the weeds, all the technical details, the settings, the learning rates. The variables and metrics section explains how they measured success. Was it accuracy? Something else? This tells you what they cared about. And then you get the evaluation results, the hard data, the bottom line on how the model actually performed. This is the proof.
So it's pretty clear a model card is essential for us humans. But it has a hidden superpower that's actually meant for machines, and it transforms it from just a document into an incredibly powerful tool. And this power, it's hiding in plain sight. It's right there at the top of the file, looking like nothing more than a few lines of simple text.
You'll see a little block of text that looks just like this. It's metadata, written in a super simple format called YAML. It's just key-value pairs. Language is French, license is MIT, and so on. Looks pretty basic, right?
Well, here's where the magic happens. Platforms like the Hugging Face Hub automatically read this text and turn it into structured, clickable search filters. So that one simple line, language:(fr), suddenly becomes a tag that lets you instantly find every single French language model on the entire platform.
This metadata is what makes the entire AI ecosystem discoverable. You can filter through thousands and thousands of models by their language, their license, the data they were trained on, you name it.
It turns a static document into this amazing engine for finding exactly what you need.
So let's zoom out for a second. Why does all of this matter so much? Well, because model cards are a fundamental piece of the puzzle for building a more transparent, more responsible future for AI.
Now, you might be asking a fair question, which is, okay, this all sounds great, but do I have to make one? Is it some kind of formal requirement?
The short answer is no. Technically, there's no AI police that's going to force you to create one. But they are absolutely a cornerstone of doing AI development in a responsible and collaborative way. Choosing to make one is basically choosing to be a good citizen in the AI community.
And here's the thing. Everybody wins. The person who creates the card, they build trust, they build a great reputation, and the whole community benefits from a culture that supports fairness, makes it easier to work together, and lets us all build on each other's work safely. At the end of the day, that's the choice we're making here. It's a choice to build for a world that really values these three things: reproducibility, so we can trust the results; reusability, so we aren't all reinventing the wheel; and fairness, to make sure this technology actually benefits everyone.
So I'll just leave you with this thought. AI is shaping pretty much every part of our world now, right? From how we talk to each other to science and art. And if that's the case, shouldn't we demand to know what's inside?